Hi, good morning. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Welcome back to episode 932 of the Kristin Omdahl Show. We are here live in Southwest Florida at the beach today. If you are joining me live, please say hello. If you end up watching the recorded version, please also feel welcome to say hello. And I'm kind of curious to know what the temperature is where everybody lives today. So if you want to say hello and tell me what the temperature is where you live, I'd be curious to hear. I know we have people joining us from all over the world, different hemispheres. I believe it is 72 here. So if you would like to share what your temperature is, I'm sure we'd all be curious to know. I know I brought glasses, and they were in my shirt. I better have them, otherwise I'm never going to be able to read the comments. I know I have extras in the car, but I also know that I brought them down here. Anyway, I can try. Judy says 50 in Connecticut, I think. Marcia says 61 in Syracuse. Oh, dang it. I know oh, there they are. See, I know I brought glasses. And I told you I don't wear them until I have to read the comments, so excuse me. Get some water. I'm drinking water with some fresh slices of lime this morning, nice and refreshing. 59 in New York. Okay. I see a lot of people are in northern US so far today. We've got 54 in Illinois, 48 in Massachusetts. All right, lots of colder temperatures. So here's my next question then. What are you excited to make next? What's on your agenda for fall and heading into winter and heading into holiday? What are you excited to make next? Are you knitting? Are you crocheting? Are you looking to make gifts? Are you looking to make sweaters, shawls, hats, scarves, blankets? Curious to know what everybody's excited to be making right now. Doris just finished a hat and infinity cowl, and now she's working on mittens. That sounds nice. Are they all matching? Hi Donna, good morning. Lori's working on many of my patterns. That's exciting. A poncho, knitting hats. Tammy's working on the AliExpress machine. That's fun. Lisa says crocheting sweaters sounds fun. Judy's working on her third Aurora Cardi wrap. Wow. Someone's thinking about trying to figure out what to make for Christmas. Someone's working on a vest. Someone mentioned my shirt. Yes, I'm wearing the Jasmine crochet sleeves on a store-bought tank top. And this is such a fun and easy pattern. You simply work the sleeve in the round around the strap of the tank top and around the underarm area, and then work in the round to do the sleeves. I did short sleeves because that works for what I wanted it for, but you could absolutely make these long sleeves. It took one tidbit of Be So Fine to make both sleeves, but if you wanted to make them longer, you would just continue on in the pattern and adjust your yarn accordingly. I would say you would need 2 tidbits for 3/4 sleeves and probably 3 tidbits for full-length sleeves. I have updated the Be So Fine tidbit page with lots of detailed photos of all the colors. So if you've been curious about, if you've been needing to see better colors on that page, I have updated that page, I think last night. Anyway, so if you want short sleeves, it would be a 1-ball project. 3/4 sleeves, I would say 2-ball project, and then long sleeves would be a 3-ball project in Be So Fine tidbit yarn, which is the smaller size of Be So Fine yarn. That's only $10.99 a ball. Hi Janet. Janet's been working on something in Be So Scrubby yarn. I'm not sure what she said. And this is just a plain old spaghetti strap tank top from the store. I'll stand up and show you my whole outfit. I'm wearing, you know, my favorite Amazon jeans that I just recently got to buy in the smaller size. This is size large. I used to wear extra large. Yay me. And I vacillated between tucking it in and wearing a belt, and I ended up tying a little tiny knot offset on the side just to lift up the hem of the shirt in the front. If you like that, fine. If you don't, that's fine too. I don't claim to be the most fit or perfect body person, but you know, I do what I like to do. I know some people don't like how I dress sometimes, and some people do. And guess what? You can take whatever you like from whoever you watch. You don't have to like 100% of everything I do, right? You could love these sleeves and not like the fact that I tied my shirt to rise it up in the front, and you could still enjoy putting these sleeves on a tank top. So you can take everything I say with a grain of salt, just like you can take anybody's information with a grain of salt. I hope that makes sense. I just want you to feel like, you know, you don't have to follow anybody 100%. Honestly, that's more cult-like, right? That's not the goal here. The goal is to take what works for you. I share as many aspects of my life as possible because I'm somebody that has an insatiable hunger for knowledge, and I'm constantly learning new things, and I'm so enthusiastic about sharing my knowledge with other people who are interested. It does not mean you have to love everything that I say. You take what works for you and let the rest go. It's okay. Felt like someone probably needed to hear that this morning. It came to me like something that somebody needed to hear, and it may not even be something about me. It may be something that somebody needed to hear about a different aspect of their life, right? Yes, Helen, of course opinions should not be hurtful to another. I don't intend to ever make my opinions hurtful at all. I just share my opinions, and a lot of people enjoy some of my opinions, and that's totally fine. Don't worry. But my point in saying that is that, let's say you liked everything I said about the sleeves until I stood up, and you're like, oh, her belly's kind of not great for the way she tied her shirt. You can let that part go, right? Or let's say that you have a different shaped body than I do, and you dress differently than I do. Maybe I wear my shirts too low cut, or maybe I wear my jeans too tight. Let that part go, right? Yeah, oh yeah, Dawn, I gotta show, you're right. Thank you for reminding me to show you the back of the shirt, because there's a really cool part of this shirt that I absolutely love. So going back to my point though, take what you like and let the rest go. It's totally okay, totally okay. In fact, I wish more people could live like that. Anyway, let's show you the back. So, because these sleeves are done on tank top straps, what happens is when you add sleeves to tank top straps, you add weight to them, so they want to slide off the shoulders. So what I did to counterbalance that was make two ties on either side of the shoulder and tie it across the back. And that's what keeps the sleeves up. And I gotta tell you, if you wear your hair up, let's put my hair up for a second so you can see what I'm talking about. I actually think it's really sexy to have something tied up the back shoulders. But like I told you the other day when I showed you this design detail on the Luxe Shelley pullover, it all stems back from my love of everything Julia Roberts wore in Pretty Woman. And that one cocktail dress that she wore in the piano bar before they went out to dinner with those guys, she wore a black lace dress that had that detail. Now with my hair up, isn't that beautiful? And you would have never known that this was here when my hair was down. Which is fine, because I'm using it for construction. I'm using it to help hold the heavier sleeves up, but at the same time, it's also pretty. So whether you choose to show it or not show it, it's still so pretty. Now, let's say you're living in a cooler climate and you look at this top and go, yeah, Kristin, it looks so cute at the beach where you're sitting, but it's 40 degrees where I live right now. No problem. Make this top with the longer sleeves and put a leather vest over it. Put a fleece vest over it. Wear something else so that you can show off those sleeves. You don't have to see the whole tank top. It can be a layer underneath something else. Wear a big vest over it. Wear a puffy vest, or what do you call those? Puffy vest? You know, the puffy fleece jackets, those come in vests. You could wear any kind of vest over this, and you could cover up the rest and just see those beautiful sleeves showing through. Even what's that, the tunic that I made recently, the Elsa tunic, wouldn't it be fun to see delicate crochet sleeves underneath that tunic vest? That would be cute too. But you could do it with anything store-bought as well. Does anybody have any other questions? If you follow the link that Judy's provided to the pattern page, there's lots of information out there as well. Yes, Steffi, a lot of people do not like to show the upper parts of their arms, and this tank top edition of sleeves is perfect for that. All right, somebody said they're going into summer in Australia. Quick geography lesson for anybody that may not know what that means. Australia's on the southern hemisphere, and in the US here, we're in the northern hemisphere, so our seasons are opposite. So as we're going into winter, they're going into summer in Australia. So the person that just mentioned that may like the shorter sleeve version of this. And it doesn't take long to make this either, so you could go buy, you know, half a dozen tank tops and make the sleeves in different lengths to wear for different outfits and different times of year. Yeah, a lot of people mention that to me all the time, that they want this part of their arm covered. And so this is a great way you don't have to do this just on a store-bought $2 tank top. You could do this on a dress that you need to wear to a function and you don't want to see your arms. You could put this on a cocktail dress. You could put this on a more formal outfit. It does not matter what kind of sleeves you're at, what kind of outfit you're adding the sleeves to. Store-bought is store-bought. It could be a $300 silk evening dress or evening cocktail dress, or it could be a $2 tank top. It doesn't matter. Whatever you need to cover, however you need to cover your arms, this will work on any top. You simply just work around the sleeve hole opening and make the sleeve. So super easy to cover your arms on any project or any outfit. Okay. Are there any other questions? Because I did want to move on to talking about some other things. I did bring my cute little board. Remember how we were going to start talking about the construction of the Layla wrap the other day, and then we had bad reception or YouTube glitches or something was going on. So I intentionally did not, I'm going to back this up a little bit so you can see more of the board. Yeah, I think you can see more of the board now. Maybe even bend this down a little bit. There, can you see the board better now? And I'll back up. There. Okay, so, yeah, thanks. All right, so we were talking the other day about all the different ways to style the Layla wrap, and one of them that I showed you was for centering it halfway around your shoulders and securing it in the front to get the look of a vest in the front, right? And so you could corset tie down the front here, and you could add buttons, or you could do it with the one butterfly clip. You could do multiple butterfly clips, and it absolutely looks like a vest in the front. Now, when I turn around, it does not look like a vest in the back. Right? It looks like a shawl or a wrap in the back. And why is that? Because it is a shawl, right? It is just a rectangle of fabric. So I've had lots of questions about, I really like this piece, but I would like it to be longer in the back. How can I do that? Well, there's a couple of things that you can do, and each one has its pluses and minuses, right? So let's say that you wanted to take, let's grab a pen. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're good. Okay. Before we get to the vest part here, can I see down here? Okay, so here's the vest, or here's the wrap right now. Okay. Here's the fringe. Here's the fringe, okay? I don't remember the dimensions. Just for easy numbers, let's say that it's 20 inches this way and 60 inches this way. I'm guessing. I don't recall the dimensions right now, and it doesn't matter. I think you're going to understand where I'm going here in a minute. So based on those dimensions, it is this wide this way, right? And so from the front, it has a very nice vest shape that comes to about here on my arm. And that's what gives us this length in the back. So the same measurement here that gives you what looks like sleeves and the fronts of a vest, width-wise, is giving you the length from shoulder to waistline in the back. So if you want it longer in the back, it's going to have to be wider in the front. As long as you're making a rectangle, if you're increasing, let's just for example's sake, say it's 20 inches. If we want to increase this so it's 30 inches long in the back, I'd say if we added 10 more inches to the back, it would come to about mid-bum. If you added 10 more inches, it would come to within my hand here. So I think that the front would end up being a little too big in order to make the rectangle longer in the back. Having said that, there are other ways to give you this vest look in the front, also in the back, okay? And that would be making 2 of the shawls and then joining them in the back and leaving them open in the front. Open in the front, you could still secure them with buttons, you could still secure it with the corset ties, but then the front and back would look the same. And let me just turn it around. So don't look at the front. Imagine that the front looked exactly like I just showed you, and then the back. I can't see what I'm doing, so I don't know if this turned out perfectly or not. Excuse me. Excuse me. So does it look more vest-like in the back? Somebody let me know if I did that right or not, or if I should change it again. Did it mimic in the back what it looked like in the front? Yes, okay. So I'm hoping that that visual helped you to understand what I was trying to say on the board the other day. So what I was saying is, when you take this rectangle and you fold it in half to wear it around your shoulders. Oh, I even remembered my messy bun on the top. So when you fold it in half, you get the vest look in the front, but see that dash line in the back? That's because it's still going to look like a wrap in the back when you do it with one piece. But when you do it with 2 pieces, you could get that vest look that you like. Yeah, I'm wearing it as a poncho now, right? So once you pin that shoulder, you can still get a poncho look too. So whether you wore it in the front, side, back, a poncho look is really nice as well. And someone might even look at this and go, I would like it longer though to cover my butt. Let me stand up so I can show you this again. All right, so wearing it sideways in a poncho, I could see many people wanting this to be longer. So let me tell you how to do that now. So remember, this was done with stripes, right? And our construction was that we we did our foundation ovals on one side, long lengthwise side, and we worked up in stripes. So guess what that means? To make this longer would be easy peasy, and all you would have to do is work more rows. So we have 5 different stitch samplers here. Start back, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start back with 1, then do 2. And you could do that to make it longer. So let's say you would want it 50% longer. Or there's 5 stripes. Let's say you wanted it, what would that be? 24. Let's say you wanted it 60% longer. 60% longer, you would add 3 more stripes. Or if you wanted it 40% longer, you could add 2 more stripes. See what I'm saying here? Or if you really wanted it much bigger, you could make it twice as big and do 10 stripes instead of 5. But this type of construction where you work lengthwise and work up to increase the width is super duper easy for creating length here. If we had worked back and forth in rows this way, it would be a little more complicated. I'd have to talk about the multiple of the stitch pattern and how many foundation ovals to start with, which is not super difficult, but is comparing the two, this one is actually that much easier to explain how to increase this direction because we not cast on, but because we worked lengthwise. It means that you would just have to, instead of stopping after 5 stripes, you would want to keep going and do a couple more stripes. So super easy. Obviously it would take more yarn. So for each of these stripes plus their corresponding fringe, it was 2 balls. So 2 balls, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 5 stripes times 2 balls each is 10 balls of yarn. Let's say you wanted to add 2 more stripes. It would be 2 balls each for each of those stripes. So you would need 2 balls for each additional stripe you wanted to add to make this longer this way. Obviously, there's plenty of room along here for it to be longer on my arm. So even if I wanted it to be longer on my body, I don't think it would overwhelm me on my arm. Remember how we talked about that with the vest? I thought as a vest, it was possible it could overwhelm you depending on how much you added, but in this direction, I think you could definitely go further. Just keep in mind that for every one of these stripes you added, you would need 2 additional balls of yarn. And don't forget, even though this looks really pretty in 5 colors, keep in mind that because the stitch pattern changes in each color, that you could really appreciate the texture of all of those different stitch patterns if you did this all in one color as well. Again, just keep in mind each one of these stripes plus their corresponding fringe is 2 balls per stripe. Does anybody have any questions? I know this was a lot of information and a lot of conceptual talk. I hope that demonstrating on my body helped to tie in the concept a little more, but if you have any questions, please feel welcome to ask. Judy's sharing links to the Layla pattern, the playlist for all of the video tutorials here on YouTube, and the Be So Baby yarn. Lots of different really informative links that she's sharing. So the pattern, the charts, the videos. In the videos I show you how to crochet the stitches and how to read the charts for each and every one of these sections. And that, I think it's a 6-part video series. Here's the little sample from my videos. I literally did each of the colors exactly the same and showed you how to do everything. It's 6 total videos. And I had trouble editing videos yesterday, but eventually did get the first video out last night for the new Luxe Fantasy crochet vest. I don't know if you saw it. If you didn't get a chance, it's a wonderful video showing you how to read the chart and how to crochet the stitches for the stitch pattern of the cardi wrap. In the following videos, I'll be showing you how to add the armhole openings and what else? How to make the sleeves and how to attach the sleeves and how to detach the sleeves so that you can wear the project with and without sleeves anytime you want. So the rest of the videos will be coming soon. The first video came out last night, so if you want to check that out, it is available here on my YouTube channel right now. Does anybody have any questions? I wonder if my hair will come down okay after all that. Thanks, Beck. Thanks, Rita. I try to be informative. I try to make sense, but I realize that I'm only human and maybe don't make sense all the time. That's why I always ask if there's questions after my explanations, because is acrylic okay to use for what, Beck? You can use any yarn for any project. It's up to you whether you decide if it's the right yarn for the right project. Whether it's based on drape or gauge or weight, it's totally your choice. It looks like Judy's having trouble getting the Luxe Cardi Wrap Vest video linked. That's okay. If you go to my channel after we're finished with the video, it'll be the most recent upload. You can find it there. I will be sending out an email probably today or tomorrow, so if you're on my mailing list you can get it there, and I will be making and I will be adding the video embedded into the pattern page. I just saw a comment but I was talking and didn't get it in time. Someone was asking about modifying something, I don't know. If you want to ask it again, I will try to read it. If I don't get to your questions while we're live, always feel welcome to come back and leave them for me in the recorded version. There the comments stay permanently and I have the ability to get notified and to reply to them throughout the day, which I do. Judy, I didn't see the first part of your question, sorry. I'm wondering if you're asking if you can modify the back without modifying the fronts. I don't think you really can on this one without it looking strange. It would be like a flap in the back, and I'm not sure that a flap would look that great unless you sewed it to the fronts. I don't even know if you're talking about this one or talking about the new one. I don't know. So I'll have to see the whole question. Anybody else have questions? Yeah, I missed the whole question. I don't know why you're saying to make a square. I missed the whole thing. Does anybody else have questions? The new one, can you make a square? I don't know the whole question. All right, well, in the meantime, why don't we take a look around and check out the water? Okay, thank you, Judy. That sounds like I'll be better. Let's turn the camera around. I want you to see how pretty the water is today. We got little bird friends with us today, and we have a crystal clear water. Look at that. You can actually see out for quite a bit. The colors are pretty. It's so relaxing. More birds. That dolphin can come back anytime. So anybody that missed it yesterday, I guess there was a dolphin around the 22-minute mark. For anybody that wants to go back and watch yesterday's, looks like there's some sort of activity right there. Some bigger fish is eating a smaller fish of some kind. Maybe birds bickering over fish here. And this has been my view this morning. I'm at the north end of parking area 1, and this is actually one of my favorite spots here because of these giant cypress trees that I think are just so incredibly beautiful. And there's my little spot. So pretty. I could stare at this all day, couldn't you? Anyhow, come back to our spot. All right, so we'll find out what Judy's question was about the new vest in the recorded version. If it's something that I can talk about on the board, we will do that in a future episode for sure. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, the beach, the sound of the waves, our little bird friends, my tutorials and demos, chatting with me and everyone else. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of the Kristin Omdahl Show. Bye-bye.